DataXu is a 7-year-old company spawned out of MIT,
Right.
and we're sort of offer a best-in-breed optimization service for marketing. So our mission at DataXu is bring data science to marketing to make it better.
Okay, and so you've been working on display, I guess, for a long while. I know you're also working on TV. How is DataXu moving into TV and video?
That's right. DataXu started with display ads in sort of 2009 at the beginning of programmatic. We were one of the firms that created the open RTB standard for bidding and whatnot. That was sort of our point of insertion. From there, we've gone to be sort of cross-device with about 1/3 of our revenue now in mobile. And the latest extension for us is into the set-top box and even linear TV streams.
And how is this kind of technology and indeed data changing the TV opportunity for advertisers, and what do they need to know and change about what they do?
What we see increasingly is marketers wanting sort of a holistic view of the consumer and the consumer journey. And this means sort of no longer thinking about the silos of display advertising or mobile or TV, but taking sort of a holistic unified view towards the consumer journey across these devices and your ability to engage them. For DataXu, what that means is we're bringing math and science to sort of re-aggregate the experience and understand what each of the channels is doing on its own and in combination.
You're the maths man, right?
Well, I think that mathsmen has been sort of taken by another company, but we just call it data science for smarter marketing.
Yeah.
It's an obvious idea, and it's an idea whose time has come. When you think of TV in that regard, it's obviously one of the biggest categories of spending, and we think a place where the scrutiny of modern sort of data and analytics has really not been applied in a creative way. So we think there's a tremendous ROI opportunity.
So give me some examples, like who are you working with and how are you moving the needle?
Yeah, well, obviously you're aware of the Sky investment in DataXu, which happened in January. Perhaps less publicized is how we're working with Sky. We're supporting the Sky Advanced TV initiative, as well as participating in Sky AdSmart, their addressable TV initiative. Beyond that, in the US, we're working with Dish and DirecTV and Comcast and Cablevision, a number of whom have addressable plans for the TV advertising, addressable systems. But even Dish has gone sort of one step further in launching the first sort of biddable infrastructure. In that sense, purely sort of programmatic, although I would note not real-time bidding, but biddable nonetheless.
And what about activations for the brands themselves, companies like, I believe you worked with Vodafone. How are you improving
That's
things?
right. So the DataXu business model has been focused exclusively on the marketer, on the buy side, if you will. So we don't own media or data or sell it either. We do connect through our platform to allow our buyers to buy these things. So some of our large customers include brands like Subway, MasterCard, Vodafone, Ford, Lexus. In particular, one of the things we've done around ROI is with Vodafone, where they've asked the question, many people have, if I can't do sort of multi-touch attribution digitally with everything, think TV or print, or even the walled gardens of Facebook and Google, who really don't allow you that sort of impression level data back, how can I understand what each channel is doing, whether I'm getting the best ROI? And beyond that, how to mix the channels for the optimal portfolio allocations, if you like, to drive sales. So for Vodafone, what we've done is we have a product called Market Pulse, which has been used by Ford and Lexus as well. And what it does is basically helps you to reallocate your overall marketing investments, digital and analog, including TV, search, display, all of the above, so as to optimally show how to drive sales. So not ratings points, not audience targeting, all of which is perfectly valid and interesting, but at the end of the day, marketers are trying to sell products. So they don't have many tools to tell me, does investment in marketing cause sales? Is there a causal link?
So, I mean, TV has always been regarded as a branding or top of funnel ad medium. As this data and technology is used to make it more scientific, how do you think the medium fundamentally changes, and how does the pricing and the currency change with that?
That's a great question, and there's a lot of components to it. I think most media owners now would sort of view themselves as in the process of sort of redefining what premium TV advertising is. Obviously, content's a big part of that, but a little bit less obviously, data and analytics are. So increasingly, the sort of native digital buyers who are now rising to the level of CMO and head of media are demanding more from the traditional TV investment and planning, understanding what is the effect on sales, or if we're doing it for branding, what is the actual effect on sentiment. Traditionally, TV has been bought in terms of audience reach and frequency and rating points, and then it's been, there's been surveys post-campaign to understand how did consumer sentiment shift. With programmatic TV today, as practiced by DataXu, we're adding a couple of important things. One is the ability to sort of granularly get at an audience and understand whether the shows and the ad inserts you're running are over or under indexing the reach and frequency of your desired audience. So that's sort of a better version of the past, if you like. But the sort of next version of this whole thing is really in how you evaluate the investment. And by that I mean is, can we work to an incremental cost per sale of a car, say, from having run addressable TV? Can we work towards a sentiment shift towards a product like awareness or consideration by A/B testing users by looking at their internet activity post-exposure to TV. And these are some of the kinds of innovations DataXu is bringing to make TV more data-driven.
So thinking about DataXu as your own company, we're sitting here at Sky Media. Sky recently invested $10 million in DataXu.
Correct.
How does that change what you do, and what's changed so far, and what's next?
Yeah, the Sky DataXu relationship is a terrific illustration of the kinds of collaboration that are needed in this day and age to sort of innovate. And that's actually the thesis behind the relationship at the highest level. Sky obviously brings a ton of expertise and market presence from the media owner and content side, DataXu from the data science side. And I think what Sky is acknowledging is we need more data science to sort of continue to offer an excellent advertising product. And conversely, what DataXu is sort of attracted to about Sky is really learning deeply the TV ecosystem and understanding, how exactly can our sort of powerful data tools best benefit the media owners.
And over the next, year or so, how big a part will TV play in what DataXu does, and how you structure your company?
Yeah, TV will be huge for us over the coming years. The reason being that we view TV as just another touch point for consumers, and the ability to sort of stitch all of this together and offer sort of full addressability is a huge idea. So we're very committed to that. And when I say full addressability, what I mean is, could I, for instance, frequency cap against the desired audience, to show a total number of advertisements in a month over all devices, either at the person level or the household level or a market level, and could I sort of understand the dynamics of those segments and even individuals? So we think it's the digital migration is not complete until it disappears. And what I mean by that is, once all of the devices and data are connected up, then it's all just marketing and advertising again, and the silos disappear. And we think the culmination of that is the disappearance of TV into this broader movement.